Was there any time you faced a setback?
Honestly, I feel like setbacks are never ending.
Never ending.
Never
Say
ending.
that.
It doesn't get easier because the bigger
Okay.
you get, you have bigger challenges.
Right.
You know, people only come on Instagram and see like the glitz and the glam and the
so much
finished
more.
product and
The
like
finished product.
the videos, the pictures, but no one really understands what
The
goes on
process.
behind.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of the Jhules B Show, where I'm your host with the most, Jhules B.
And today I'm so happy, so privileged to have the one and only Jhules with me. She is the creative director of the Feminine Luxe clothing line, Niovo, and also the head artist at Jhules B. Can you see this piece? That is the work of her hands. My all-time favorite makeup artist and a woman who is truly doing it all.
You got that from what?
Like, yes,
From my bio.
from my Instagram bio. She really is doing it all. And it's so amazing to see how you have really broken into the feminine woman space on the internet, right? You're doing really great. Like, I have some of your pieces, which I love, right? And you know, I always come to you to get my
Yeah. Yeah.
like your artistry, there's just so much difference to what you do, and I truly love that. And for today, I would want us to talk on how to dream again. How to dream again.
Right.
Is there anything sticking out to you on how to dream again? Tell us your story. How did you get to where you are?
First, thank you so much for having me on the show.
glad
This
to
is like
have
the
you.
first time I'm coming
Oh,
on any show.
wow.
Well, like I did a show many years ago, but like this is like the first
And you
time in a
know,
long time.
you know the amazing thing?
Yeah.
The first time I walked into your studio was get my makeup done.
We made a video.
Oh, we made a video, like we were talking,
Yeah.
and I feel like we always have great conversations whenever I'm in the studio getting my makeup done, right? But that first day when I walked in, we had a conversation,
Yeah.
and I told you like I'm going to have you on my show one day, even though I had no plans, no idea on when I would start. So it's truly amazing that the first episode
Yeah.
she's here. And I think this was about 2 years ago. This was in 2022.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I told you that. So it's really beautiful.
And also congratulations on your.
Thank you so much. Yes, if you saw my makeup at my booth launch, she snatched my bangs.
I mean, like your face is so beautiful. Like I absolutely love your makeup.
Oh yeah, she always compliments me. I love it. I love it. You know, she's doing my makeup and she's like, "Wow, you are gorgeous. Wow,
You really are.
Thank you so much, Jhules."
Okay.
So now going back to our question.
Yeah. How did I start?
How did you start?
You know, growing up, I always knew I was going to have a career in beauty and fashion. Honestly, I never imagined myself doing anything else.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Did you study this in school?
no, I didn't.
What did you study?
I studied mass communication.
Wow, how did that happen?
Theater arts. Honestly, when I wanted to get into uni, there were no schools. There were no real courses where there are no real universities where I could study in Nigeria though,
Right.
where I could study fashion. And for me, I feel like fashion has always been a part of me. It has always been like something that I've done since I was really little. Like I didn't learn how to do makeup. I was self-taught. And but I took many trainings as time went by. And then for fashion, I mean I started sketching since I was in primary 2.
Oh wow.
I sketched all my life. I used to make
When did you make your first piece?
I honestly can't remember.
Oh wow.
I can't remember because I know back then in school I used to sew it like with needle and thread. And sometimes then my mom started sewing in 2005. Even before my mom started sewing, I already knew I was going to do that.
Wow.
My mom started sewing, and when she started sewing, I was like a designer. I used to sketch designs for our customers. whenever they come around, my mom will be like, "Oh, Julia, please come and help us choose styles." And that was how I started. And I started making my own dresses, and I just always knew I was going to do this.
Wow, so that's great. So I'm guessing, did you start Niovo after graduating?
No.
Did you start while you were in school?
When I was in school, I just used to make clothes for people. Okay, not by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get jobs from students in Benin. Like I schooled in Univen. I went to the University of Benin. So I used to get jobs. People. I had a friend in Benin, and I made a dress for her, and she liked it, and she told her friends about me. And during their graduation, they'll send me messages, and I'll sketch designs for them. I'll get their measurements, and I'll send to my mom in Lagos. I'll send the designs to my mom in Lagos, and then she send the dresses to me in Uniben, and I'll send the dresses to them in Benin. So that was how it started. And then in school, I did a competition where I was, I think, the first runner-up, the fashion competition. Yeah.
You applied yourself.
Yes. Wow. And then afterwards, I sold the dresses from the competition. Good.
Tell us the story.
I didn't have enough money then to apply because we needed to make dresses and all of that. So I got a loan from my department. Then I think it was like 20K. And then I made dresses. And I designed dresses. I sent to my mom. My mom sent the dresses to the back to school. I did my the competition and I came second. I won a sewing machine. Then I sold the dresses from the events for way more than, I think I made over 100K.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I sold the dresses, then I paid the department back, and I kept paying it.
Wow.
So I've always
she's been a business woman my life.
All my life. And then I used to do makeup for people back then in uni. I think like for 2,000 naira, stuff comes in there. Because I love makeup.
Yeah.
I've always loved makeup. And then when I was done with service, I was supposed to go to fashion school.
Okay.
I had a friend who was in fashion school, and I was in Nigeria, and I was supposed to get trained with her. But when I was done with uni, I didn't have a job, and I didn't plan to do a 9 to 5. Like I just felt like it was going to confine me into a space that you want to. I don't want to be in. Right. So I never applied for a job.
That's really powerful. And I think that's such a bold move, because most times after people graduate from school, from university, they're trying to get a job immediately. And most times we have dreams. And again, it's not a one size fits all, right?
Yeah.
So you not wanting that and truly going for what you wanted is amazing.
Yeah. But then I didn't start Niovo immediately. Right. But we've always made dresses, because that's what my mom used to do back then. Like we always used to make dresses, and I was always part of the creative process. Right. I never really used to make clothes for my mom's customers, but I always used to put my creative. I used to give her my creative ideas. I share my creative ideas with her, and then But when I was done with uni and I was done with my service, I applied to be an intern. Well, I applied for a makeup class with a makeup company, a makeup brand here in Lagos, and I was the best graduating student. Oh, wow. And then she offered me a job.
Oh wow, as a makeup artist.
Yeah, and that was how it started. And I interned for I think a couple of months, and I started working, and that was it. I've been doing makeup for I think 6 years now.
6 years.
Yeah, 7 years.
That is
I've been doing makeup for 7 years.
Sometimes there was one time when I was about to graduate from university. I had never done makeup in my life. Right, I had never. And at this point, I was 20. And I just thought to myself, I'll go buy the product, I'll watch a YouTube video, and I'll do my makeup. So I bought the products, and I said, let me try the day before to get my makeup done. And I was shocked.
You do well.
No! I was shocked at what I saw. Like, why isn't it coming? Like, why is it?
And we already watched all the videos.
I watched the videos, I was doing it, but there is a skill, there's a art to doing this thing. And where I'm heading to is the fact that you have to practice consistently over a period of time. And the thing is, a lot of us have these dreams, we have these big ideas for things we want to do, but it doesn't happen in one day.
Yeah.
It takes time. You know, sometimes you just show up and people think you're an overnight success. An overnight success is about 7 years. For
Yeah.
some people, 10 years. For some years, make it. For some people, 2 years, just right?
Yeah.
Depending on how fast you've learned, or you have different factors. But for whatever your dreams are, it takes time.
True.
It takes time. So now I want us to talk about the time factor of things. You've always had the dreams of becoming, you know, a fashion designer, the makeup artist, and I'm sure even more because you're doing it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing it all, right?
Yes, I am.
So let's talk about timing.
Okay.
Was there any time you faced a setback?
Honestly, I feel like setbacks are never ending.
Never ending.
Never
Say
ending.
that.
It doesn't get easier because the bigger you get, you have bigger challenges.
Right.
You know, people only come on Instagram and see like the glitz and the glam and the finished product and like the videos, the pictures, but no one really understands what goes on behind the scenes. There's so many challenges. You face challenges with obviously the one that affects everybody, the exchange rate.
Yes.
You buy something today and it's a different price tomorrow, and then you still have to go back to restock what you've already gotten, and you can't increase your price every day. So that's one of the setbacks that I face as a business owner. Also, you face setbacks with your staff, because you have to continue, you have to be patient with them, and you have to continue training them. It's a never-ending process. I've trained my staff with professionals, but I still have to remind them on a weekly, daily basis, or in the daily, what to do. You have to be one.
Like sometimes it seems like you're doing their job for them.
Honestly, it's so funny because I had a conversation. I had a meeting with them today, and I told them, I'm paying you to do your job. Like,
I'm doing it for you.
exactly. And it's crazy. And you also have to face challenges with customers. I just feel like sometimes people are not very kind towards businesses that they purchase products from, and it's very unfair. The fact that you're buying from someone, you should understand that it's an exchange of value. Like, I'm giving you something for something. Like, you're not. I mean, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but you're not necessarily doing me a favor. Right? You saw something good. Exactly. You saw something good and you like it, and you want to purchase it.
Right.
But like, I feel like sometimes people are very impatient. The truth about business is I think people should understand that. I mean, the human beings behind this, nobody's perfect. So sometimes there's shortcomings. The only time you'd have a problem with the business owner is if they do you wrong and they are not trying to, come to resolution. They can go off. But when someone is trying to make a resolution, sometimes some people are just impatient. And, it's quite sad because I've, traveled and I've been to different stores abroad. And I've never seen, I see Nigerians in these stores and I see other people. I never really see people go to, stores like Zara or luxury stores like Louis Vuitton. I have issues with them. Like, they're more patient with these people. But, when you come to smaller businesses, you're just so...
We can...
Honestly, it's very...
I definitely understand that.
Notwithstanding, I have, very good experience and there is many amazing women that support me, that, buy from my brand, that, refer me. It's been amazing. But, this is, also something that, just really kills the spirit of people. You don't, tough down on...
I think, to be very honest, I know they say the customers are always right.
Yeah.
But I do believe every single person has to be held accountable, responsible. And just because you're buying something from a small business or a black-owned business doesn't mean you should walk over that.
Exactly.
Because maybe you have access to them in some shape or form. You're not just helping their business out, you're also getting value. You're getting a product.
I mean, if you wasn't good enough, you wouldn't,
Right. You wouldn't even reach out for that.
Right?
So I think really this is probably a character trait for people, because we have people on the good side who are good, great customers. And then there are the people who just have character problems and they take it out on everything, ordinary things that, they encounter. But it's very important that, as you're working towards your dreams, you're being conscious of the fact that you're dealing with human beings. You're dealing with people who have feelings, emotions, families, even problems, troubles, just like you.
Exactly.
Right? So I think with operating like this, we have to be very kind.
True.
Like you said, you have to be very kind. You have to be intentional, not to just take out our anger. And I understand there's a place for like conflict resolution, there are things of that nature. But now I would like us to talk about, before you started it, Niovo.
Yeah.
Did you have any setbacks in that? Was it difficult? Like dreaming, starting, achieving,
Honestly,
growing?
yeah. You know, I never thought I was going to be a makeup artist. I mean, never thought makeup was just a hobby. And even after my service year, makeup was just for survival. You know, just just make money and be good. But Niovo has always been my dream. Since when I was little, like,
Did you know the name?
no, okay. I think I got the name Niovo in 2019.
Okay.
And I had two options. Okay, Niovo means Onyovo.
Okay.
And where I come from, Amisoko, Onyovo means family.
Family. Wow.
And Niovo is like a family business because, I mean, my mom works with me, my sister works with me. So it's just like Onyovo, my family. And Onyovo is spelled Onyiovo. But the spelling for Niovo came from my mom's name. So my mom's names are Antonia and Ovokira. Ovokira is a middle name, Isokone. So Ovo and then Antonia. So that was Niovo. Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah. And you said what did you say again? So the challenges I had before starting. I feel like the challenges I had were internal. They're not really like the things nothing was really stopping me from starting, because I mean I could my mom had a sewing machine. I just had like,
What was the internal? What?
I think it was just self-doubt and fear.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, self-doubt and fear, because I was so afraid, like, oh my God, who's going to buy my job? Who's going to, are people going to like what I wear? Are people going to like what I make, Are people going to patronize? How do I get out there? How do I get people to like my business, to like my ideas, How do I get people to patronize me? And I kept stalling.
Yes,
I kept telling everyone, everyone around me knew I was going to do Niovo.
Wow.
I kept saying, oh my God, like, I'm not ready. I'll start now. I'll start next year. I'll start next month. I kept stalling until I finally did.
Yeah, those things, the fears, self-doubt, what will people say?
Yeah.
It really hinders us from reaching our dreams.
More true.
Like, your dreams at some point have to become reality. And you are the one who will make it happen. So what was that push? What made you stop stalling?
Honestly, I can't remember. I can't remember what. I just knew I need to do more.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the same for me.
Yeah.
This right here, I wanted to do for a long, long time. But because of who would listen to me.
Yeah.
Would anybody subscribe to my channel? Like, would I be able to actually hold a conversation? Right? And we have all these internal voices in our heads that tell us what we can and cannot do. But that's not real. That's not reality. We have capacity to become so much more. We have the capacity to create our own realities. Too many times, we are waiting on people to give us opportunities.
Yeah.
When all we need to do is literally just create them.
And the truth is, you never know until you make a move. Yeah.
You never know until you start. And when you start, you can now keep going. You start finding more things. Okay, this is a better way to do this. Right? I know we're in very different industries, right? But it's still the same principles. It's the same thing. Wow.
Yeah.
So continue what you were saying. You talked about fear.
Yeah. So fear and self-doubt.
Self-doubt.
Yeah. And the truth is, I've always known that my ideas are brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But if you don't make a move, like, how would people receive what you have inside of you? Nobody will know what you have inside of you. You're just going to be the best kept secret. And I mean, of what good is that to you or anybody? So, I think I just say I'm making dresses for myself and posting, tagging Niovo, and I opened an Instagram page, and yeah, that's how it all started.
And you kicked off, and women everywhere.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
I know, we see the final product.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I'm glad that
I'm so glad you started. I met you.
I know.
Because I found her.
True.
You
got a dress.
I got a dress.
Yeah.
I was doing for a birthday, and I was like, what can I wear that's available now? I was on Instagram searching, and then I came across Niovo, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I tried it on, and I was like, wow. Imagine if you never started.
Just imagine.
Just imagine. And a lot of times we may feel like, oh, the market is saturated. Let's talk about that.
Well, the thing is,
Were you ever scared, like, okay, there's too many people doing this, women's clothing?
honestly, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything,
Right.
but I just know, I always knew that my gifts are different, and gifts would, set me apart.
That's so powerful, knowing that you're unique. How did they say the sky is wide
Enough, yeah.
It's
There's so many women in Nigeria, and
and I don't for the world.
yeah, so exactly. So like, there's so many women everywhere, and I don't think anybody does what I do the way I do it. So
Because that is your uniqueness.
Yeah.
You being you, authentically you. Your style will always be different. Your touch. Because you're the one doing it, it's always different.
Yeah.
So I just want everybody to keep in mind that you can dream big dreams, and you have the power to create your own reality if you will just set it in motion. If you would just propel, like just start. Just start.
Yeah.
Wow. This is so inspiring.
Thank you.
And I also like to ask, how have you been able, you have a clothing line, you have your makeup studio, how have you been able to set up systems?
Yeah.
And I've also seen you've just added a purse line.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thank you
So
very
cute.
much. Thank you.
I love your mind.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How have you been able to set up systems that help you stay balanced mentally? Because you're running, I don't know what it takes running a service-based business in Nigeria. We have so many things working
against us, trust me.
Literally, be it from electricity, exchange rates, finding materials, dealing with workers. How have you been able to set up systems to make Niovo work, to make Jhules B work? And also your own personal life, like how have you been able to set up those systems?
First, I just believe that you need people.
Yes.
Some people want to do everything themselves. You can't do everything yourself. You can't get big if you want to keep,
Going alone.
exactly doing it alone. You need a team.
Yes.
So I started with a couple of people, and then I make sure those people are well trained.
Yeah.
Very,
That's good.
very good team, very strong team. And then, I got more people, and so I can, when I have more people around me, people doing I can do my, my makeup, which is something that obviously requires me to be present.
Right.
For Niovo, I don't have to be there. To them, I'm not the one making the dresses.
Right.
But exactly. I just have to make sure my staff, are well trained and everyone is doing what they're meant to do, and I still follow up.
Yeah.
And you keep reinventing yourself, you keep rebranding, you keep reinventing your business. You can't keep doing the same thing. I feel like every month, when I see the challenges we faced the previous month, I realized that, we have to make some changes in these areas.
Yeah.
And, the next month, we're applying new traditions, new doctrines. We are, coming up with new ideas on how to make things better.
That's why it's so important to start.
Yeah.
Because once you start facing challenges.
Yeah.
Challenges are not for you to run away. They're just telling you oh, you have something within you to make us work.
Yeah.
And work better. That is lovely. So now, let's talk about dreaming again.
Thinking.
Have you ever failed?
Everyone failed. Yeah, I was
Failed in this dream of yours?
Of course, yeah.
And how do you pick yourself back up and dream again?
the thing is, I know where I want to be. I know who I want to be. And I never really take my failures as, bad things. I try to see what lesson I can learn from every single, thing I feel at. It's like, okay, I feel that what is this teaching me? And then, I try to figure out a different way to do, what I feel that, or, try something else. But I mean, you can't give up. You can't give up. You can't. No.
I just feel like there's something within us that will not let you give up. And you have it. In my book, I talk about how there's like an internal resolve within you to keep going after your dreams, no matter what, right? I've had several situations in my life where I've had every opportunity to just bow out. When you face setback after setback after setback, and you just get overwhelmed. So when I say you are gold, I really mean that you have internal strength to keep going. You have the tenacity. And we will face several setbacks in our life. But you have to get to the point where you're able to dream again, to become again.
Yeah.
Despite, whatever is coming against you, you have the ability.
And the truth is, it's never easy.
It's not easy. It's not always
when
easy.
you fail, sometimes it's just like,
It's hard to pick yourself back up.
yeah, it's not just easy.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that no one should lose sight of their goal. Like, what do you want to achieve? Sometimes the journey might be rough, but I honestly strongly believe that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I know it's a bit cliche to say that, but the truth is, if you give up, you lost. Nobody else did. Yeah.
A very harsh reality.
Yeah. If you give up, I mean, you're lost.
I think going with the mindset that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. If you haven't seen the lightness, you're not at the end.
Yeah, you should keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah, it's going.
You can take breaks, but keep going.
Yeah.
Jhules, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're such an inspiration.
Thank you.
You're doing it all.
Yeah.
And for you, amen. Amen. Yes. This has always been an amazing year.
Amen.
For you.
And you too.
Amen. Thank you so much for being on the show. Please find Julia at, tell us where we can find you.
Instagram.
Yes, your handle is Niovo.
Yeah, Niovo official for my clothing line, and Jhules B, Jhules B for my makeup line.
So make sure you go ahead, get your makeup done, find the outfits that you like, and make sure you order the work. You are gold. On my website, www.alegoldb.com, and on my socials as well at alegoldb. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Gold B Show. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, share this message if it has been helpful to you in any way. And most importantly, understand that you are your best investment. You can dream again. Everything we talked about, you can apply it in your own life and achieve similar results. There's so much for you to do and to become. Make sure you apply these principles, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.
Bye.